You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something mounted to the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Beyond the Harbor. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. Hell, I'd let you live with me if Oscar didn't mind. Oscar? Sam looks up at me with bright eyes and smiles. Yeah, a guy I've been seeing for a few months. His eyes look onto mine, closing off any escape routes. You jealous? Most certainly not. Ha! I see it on your face. His grin twists itself further until his smile is downright poisonous. I sigh and wipe my brow. Why did I invite this guy into my house in the first place? But seriously, we're open. He knew what he was signing up for when he got with me. You've got nothing to worry about. I've never understood how those kinds of relationships work. He rolls his head around a bit before sitting back up. Well, it's not cheating. He yawns and stretches his arms upwards, only to drape one of them across my shoulders. There's a lot of trust involved. Everyone's got to be cool with everyone. Just because you're my bud doesn't mean I can just bang you, you know? I'd have to talk to him about it, make sure he's down with that. And there's no bad blood? He smiles and leans fully into me, tapping his fingers on my forearm. Nah, not on my end at least. He's been with a girl once. I met her and she was really nice. I wasn't jealous. I was happy for him to explore that avenue of himself. Sam rubs his head against mine and purrs softly. Thinking about it gets me kind of horny. I know. I'm coming off strong. Yeah, no worries. Maybe I'll jerk off right here, then. Hey, don't give me that look. I was kidding. I bump his head and he pulls off of me, shielding himself from further punishment. Ow, damn it, fuck you, dude. You're pushing all kinds of boundaries tonight, bro. Even though he knows I'm kidding, I play along. Today's been a roller coaster already. I'm just glad he's ending on a sort of high note. Honestly, I feel a bit lighter than I did earlier. Maybe this kind of stuff is for the best. Sam plays out over the couch, resting his feet onto my lap this time. So, what are you thinking about lately? Like for fun? There's a short pause and his eyes light up very suddenly. For instance, I've been trying to figure out the mechanics of boning an alien. That came out of fucking nowhere. Like, do you think aliens have big cocks? How do you know aliens even have dicks? Isn't that what the probes are for? My eyes focus solely on the ceiling, and my thoughts drift around. At first on nothing, then on my life, and then nothing again. Finally, the horizon. The horizon. I didn't get to go back and say goodnight to you, did I? My room grows dark as the moonlight pouring in through the window slowly dissipates. Breathe in and out. This town's stale air is far behind me now. How far? Well, I have an idea. I step up from my bed and feel the little pebbles dig themselves under my nails. They're waiting for me, too. I wave my hands around me as I walk. Nothing. Have I even been walking in the same direction? I guess I'd find my bed again if I turned around at any point. Ah, there you are. The glow of the moon beautifully lights the waves as they lap at the shore, inching ever closer to my toes. Inviting me back in, I guess. It doesn't matter how many times I see it. All I could hope to do is stare in awe. A smile paints itself across my face. This doesn't feel like a particularly happy moment. In fact, the warmth I feel welling up in my feet screams at me to return to the darkness. There's a soft rustle as the void rears itself behind me, shadowy feelers reaching out from its inky abyss. It slowly inches its way onto the beach, beckoning me to come back, to come home. But it doesn't matter. The lone figure, plated in flowing water, rises from the shallows to greet me. It takes a silent bow as it's birthed by the foam, elegantly gaining its footing atop the water. The shade is dark, but not completely featureless. I'd had plenty of opportunities to look at it before, and yet... No, tonight will be different. I knew you would be here. My voice is shaky, and my words slur together into a mess of a sentence. I'm not even sure if it came out as English. It didn't matter, though. He doesn't look back at me, instead facing out towards the sea. So, why did you invite me tonight? I don't usually come here unless you wanted to talk to me. I wait for a response, but the echoing pang of silence is pained my aching heart. Everything hurts. A singular word comes to my mind. Why? It doesn't matter what I sounded like. I repeat it again. Why? I sniffle, but still nothing. It becomes hard to think over the advancing darkness behind me, now within arm's reach. It latches onto my feet. I feel its warmth once again. There's nowhere left to run, here at the edge of the world. I collapse in the sand, and it's in that moment I spot him standing on the horizon. He can't see me. Maybe he doesn't want to. Please. I'm left to beg, but I don't care anymore. The moonlight illuminates the waves as he casually steps upon them, heading into the horizon 1 foot at a time. I want to shout at him. I want to tell him to stop, but my voice will catch in my throat. It always does. Don't you leave me here. I managed to mumble aloud, but it was said to no one but myself. I'm too far gone. His silhouette, still definable despite its size, raises its arm as if to wave goodbye. I reach out, but it's all in vain as the abyss takes me into its soft embrace. I don't want to. I don't want to leave. Darkness floods my world again. As I see it, everything in it vanishes to nothing. God, this is such a weird game. Let's skip to the next story beat, shall we, y'all? Unless... Alright, let's see if there's any different dialogue. I tap my foot impatiently. I see you doing that. Why don't we just head in already? Sam's voice cuts through the air like a claw through skin. I mean, I'm not the only one sick of waiting, obviously. He's been scratching at the same wound for maybe 20 minutes now, and he won't stop. I told V we'd be waiting for her outside at 11. It's only just now 11:15. Stop worrying about it. He groaned, shoving his hands into his pockets. As much as I'd like to go on myself, a promise is a promise. I pull out my phone, but as soon as I see my reflection on the black screen, I shove it back into my hoodie's pocket. I forgot to plug the thing in last night after it had died. It was at 5% when I woke up, but I blew 3% trying to text V before we left. She never responded, but it's no big deal. She's never been very timely when it came to responding. I shouldn't need it, but the worst things always happen when phones are dead, don't they? No, that's dumb movie logic bullshit. I'm just saying, there shouldn't be any problem. She'll totally understand. Sam's been pretty annoying for most of the morning. The drive here had been pretty quiet, but as soon as we got out of the car, I'm going in without you. He got kind of antsy. I'm usually not bothered, but it seems particularly bad today. We were getting along great last night. I was honestly kind of glad he invited himself over. I think it was 10 hours ago we were talking about whatever came to mind, enjoying each other's company. And now he's being cold with me. Mixed signals, V would call it. Playing psychiatrist. Oi, are you coming in with me or not? He stands halfway through the door, beckoning me. When the fuck did he... Are you sure she isn't going to get angry with us because she... Ollie, no. He shakes his head and beckons to me again. Oh, excuse me. He looks into the store and then back to me. Now come on, we're holding up the line. I glance behind, audibly groan when I see an angry looks on the woman with her hands on her hips. Ugh, fine. I hot-foot it to catch up to him as he smiles and holds the door open for me. Ladies first. roll my eyes just about as sharply as one could and mumble under my breath. One minute he's being difficult, but as soon as he gets his way, Eh? Nothing. I love the music in this part. Very dreamy. Very weird. I'm surprised it's normal cafe. I suppose it's normal cafe music. Stepping into the cafe proper, I'm blasted with the overwhelming sense of people. People sitting and talking. People waiting in lines. People coughing. I guess it's been a while since I've been here. Forgot how busy it could get. Sam leads the charge in, but I'm pretty quick to catch up. Hey, wait up! I'll stand in line with you. Sam turns his head around to face me, placing a hand on his hip as he slows his pace. Don't you want to find a seat? I shake my head. No, normally I would, but I don't want to sit by myself. Besides, it'd be dumb of me to just let your rude ass stomp off like that. I step in place beside him, and he turns himself to face me proper. I don't... Yeah, okay. You want to tell me what's up? He eyes the room carefully before shaking his head. Not now, maybe later. It'll probably pass by then, but if it hasn't, we can talk. I pat his shoulder tenderly. Deal. So, you said you were hungry. What are you getting? Haven't been here in a while, but I remember the deli sandwiches being pretty alright. He gives the menu a long look and shrugs. It's all kinda cheap. I glare at the menu myself. $7 for a sandwich isn't exactly cheap. What? Was that the reason you didn't eat before we left my house? He smirks. Hardly. Cheap food isn't an issue. I generally don't care what I'm shoving into my mouth. He sticks his tongue out of his open mouth and wiggles his eyebrows suggestively, but I just fold my arms in response. No surprises there. But for real though. He runs a hand through his poofy mane and he lets it linger in the back for a second. What I mean is that the shit tastes cheap for how much they're charging. Like, talk about pretentious. These coffee shops will always be shit, but people keep flowing in regardless. He gestures to the line that's already formed behind us. Moms with small kids, men in coats, hipsters just here for the ambience. Back when Mom was pushing me to get a job here. Never stop in the flow of people, just the thought of working here makes me sick. God's music is so unreal sounding. Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly my idea to meet up here. V suggested it. He scratches his chin and shrugs. She's the type that'd eat this whole scene up. Probably hangs out at a place like this for fun. Me, though, I'd rather hit up a club. Not exactly a neutral place to meet up, but at least it paints a less broad picture of the kinds of people you find. I nod as the marsupial ahead of us finishes her order and steps aside, allowing us to approach the counter. Welcome to Sirens! What can I get for you today? The avian employee's eyes are completely glazed over and his tone robotic. I was like, welcome to Sirens. What can I get for you today? His red feathers likely shine when he's not in uniform, but here they look downright pathetic. Did the guy forget to shower this morning, or maybe he just didn't care? Sam wastes next to no time ordering, though. Yo, I'll have a roast beef sandwich. Everything that comes on it is fine. The employee taps on the screen of his cash register and returns to his gaze to Sam. You want to make that a meal for an extra $5? It comes with, Sam just shakes his head. No thanks, I do want a water, though. A couple more taps on the screen, and then he looks up to me and opens his beak. And for you, sir? Nothing, thanks. I'm here with him. Uh-huh, okay. He returns his gazing at Sam. Alright, sir, that'll be $7.55. Wait, no, I did the math in my head. It should be $7.15. The avian shakes his head. Sir, you ordered a sandwich for $6.99 and a water for 25 cents. Hold up, you're charging me for the water? Yes, sir. It's company policy. Do you need me to get my manager to dispute this, sir? The avian's dry tone suggests that he's more than willing to do so, and the line behind us starts to murmur. I'm sure Sam can feel their angry glares on the back of his head, too. No, it's fine. The employee's expression doesn't change as the cat pulls out his wallet and swipes his card in the reader. A receipt pops out a few seconds later, and Sam takes it quickly before the red avian gets a chance to. Have a good day, sir. There's a brief flash of anger in the employee's eyes before they glaze back over as he greets the woman standing behind us. Turning back to my friend, I find he's already stormed off to the pickup counter. Hey, wait up! He takes his place against the corner of the wall and turns around, folding his arms. Can you fucking believe that guy? He's been working here for fucking ever, and they still let him get away with that kind of stuff. I raise a brow. Still? Do you have a history? The cat raises a hand and pinches his snout ridge. Sort of. You remember Amber? I think for a second, but no Amber comes to mind and I shake my head. No? She and I dated back in 2013. She was the fox with the long blue hair. That ring a bell? She wore a choker like 4 years after it stopped being cool. I thought it was hot as fuck. 2013, so back when you were 17. I scraped my brain for the year, but nearly every memory from then is of him. Sam Scowls. No? Ugh, we were pretty steady too, by my standards anyways. But whatever, yeah, we used to come here every other weekend or so. Her brother worked here and backdoored us free shit sometimes. He and I still talk sometimes, actually, before he ended up in jail last year anyways. Not important to the story, though. What matters is that cunt Paul was the one that ratted him out to the manager for it. No offense. I shake my head. I've been thoroughly desensitized to that one from my time with Dawn. None taken. Anyways, yeah. I wasn't sure at first, but as soon as he opened his beak, I knew it was him. He sighs and puts a hand on his hip. Kevin and I had a really hard time finding a job after that. Had to deal for a while. Pretty sure it's the reason he got busted by the cops, actually. But it's great to see that cunt Paul still works here. I'll bet he recognized me, and that's why he's fucking charged me for water. He scowls again, showing a few teeth this time. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and head out for the evening. Y'all have a lovely rest of your night. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!